Here's what to expect when unboxing your QXEP Unified Kit. Starting left to right, we have our grounding lug here for our door. We have our power supply terminals with disconnect here on the top left. This will feed into our FPO 150, which is responsible for our 24 volt power supply. Below that, we have our B100. This is responsible for stepping down that 24 volts to 12 volts to then feed our ancillary modules. Below that is our D8 auxiliary power supply. So this will be responsible for powering the mercury modules or field readers if you choose. To the left of that, we have our C8 module. This is responsible for lock power and is configurable between 12 and 24 volts. So our inputs on this top block will actually be the relay outputs from our mercury modules. The field wiring for your locking hardware will reside below on this bottom block. What's also included in this kit is a input for battery power, as well as tamper monitoring for the enclosure itself. We have included in the kit is our hardware for mounting the modules. We will also have a quick start guide as well as a QC sheet. Now we're going to be moving on to the ProWire kit. Here's what you can expect when unboxing a 6-door managed ProWire kit. Before you see a grounding lug. We see some AC input on the FPO 150. We have our NL4 network module. We have underneath that, not pictured, is a B100 dual voltage. It's responsible for stepping down the 24 volts from the FPO 150 into 12 volts for our auxiliary modules. Underneath that, we have our D8 auxiliary module. We can power our mercury modules as well as our reader power off of this if you choose. In addition to that, we have our M8 module. So this is our managed lock module. So it's a little bit different than our unified kit. It's actually configured through a web browser interface rather than analog jumpers. So just to kind of talk about the managed kit that's not pictured here, what you're going to get included with that, it's going to be very similar to the unified kit. The interconnections between the modules will be made, but there will be no Panduit, there will be no pre-terminated terminal blocks here, as you see here with our ProWire. But just to speak to that a little bit, the NL4 is going to be responsible for the lock cycling count, the power status, all that information that you'll find valuable with the managed kit. It also requires a network input. That's going to be included. You will also have a M8 module, so again, web browser configured. But that's pretty much what you can expect from a unified managed kit. Now, getting a little bit more into the details on the ProWire. So this one is configured for Panduit. We can also do Velcro as well. But this is going to come pre-wired to the point to where all you need to do is drop in your Cumulex EP boards. We're going to have these terminal blocks. They're already going to be labeled and terminated. So once your boards are mounted, you pop these in. In addition to that, we have our battery inputs down here at the bottom of the enclosure. So just to give you some additional insight, our system fault and AC fault will already be wired up for our LP1502 inputs, as well as our power inputs for the modules themselves coming off the D8. In addition to that, the tamper wire for the enclosure is already pre-wired. So again, some of the benefits of this enclosure are, just a unified approach where every panel is wired exactly the same. It's been QC'd, so it's really meant to simplify your life out in the field and aid in that installation process. So in addition to that, what you're going to have included is a bag of hardware for mounting your modules. You're going to have some quick start guides, as well as a QC checklist from the factory.